Hey, it's Vicky, and today I am back for another installment of my 100 Epic Reads reading project. And I've decided to switch things up a bit. In the past, I had all of my little Post-it picks in a little pink silicone cup, and I have since changed it to this really cute Alice in Wonderland teacup because a friend of mine gifted it to me. She saw it and thought of me because she knows that I love Alice in Wonderland, and I thought it would be such a cute cup. Instead of drinking out of it, it would be such a cute cup to use for my 100 Epic Reads picks. So that's what we're going to be doing. It comes apart, so like you have the cup and then you could pour the tea if you wanted to. So cute. I'm going to remove this for right now so that I don't break it. So for those of you who don't know what my 100 Epic Reads project is, it is a project I've been doing on my channel for a couple of years now, and it centers around this really cool poster that I bought a while back, and it's a scratch-off poster that has 100 books on it that somebody said were epic and that you should read. And so I decided to make a project out of it, and it's really fun because it is definitely a project that has challenged me because a lot of the books are classics or are more challenging reads. And so I've liked that, and then it's just really fun to complete a book and scratch it off on the poster, and it reveals a really cute little cover. And so all in all, it's just been a really fun ride. And I didn't do a count before I started filming, but I think I have about 30 books left, I want to say. So I'm really hoping that this go around I get a book that, I don't want to say knocks my socks off, because I don't know, that's kind of a high bar. I want something more than a 3-star read, because so far this year I've done this series. I've had 3 episodes for this series in 2024, and all 3 books were 3 stars. So I really want something higher than a 3. So the way this works is I'm gonna pick 2 books out of the cup, read the synopsis, all that stuff, and then I'm gonna pick one of them, and then I'm gonna read it and I'm gonna vlog about it. And that's how it works. And then at the end, I scratch it off the poster, which is super fun. So let's just get right into it. Let's get our 2 picks. The other thing I'm sort of getting nervous about is I feel like I'm gonna start having repeats or books that I've already picked before. There's also a couple books left that I haven't picked that are super intimidating that I'm not even sure I wanna read. So whew, the tension is high. I gotta be careful here, don't knock my cute teacup over. So I have my 2 picks. Let's go with the first one, and it is The 5 People You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom. Now this is one that I've already picked before, and I think you guys, if you remember, I have conflicting feelings about Mitch Albom as a writer, as a journalist, I should say, because he is a prominent writer that I think everybody knows, but in the Detroit area, he had a column in the Free Press, and he would write sports stories. And there was a scandal, basically, long story short, with him, where he made up some facts about a particular story he was writing, and it caused some controversy. So I'm a little bit on the fence about Mitch Albom. I honestly, though, I don't remember what this book is about, so I'm gonna pull it up anyway. We're gonna talk the stats, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so The 5 People You Meet in Heaven was first published in 2003, and it's only 196 pages, so it's a quick one. And on Storygraph, because that's the app I'm using, it has a rating of 3.87, so not terrible. And let's get into the synopsis. It says, Eddie is a wounded war veteran, an old man who has lived in his mind an uninspired life. His job is fixing rides at a seaside amusement park. On his 83rd birthday, a tragic accident kills him as he tries to save a little girl from a falling cart. He awakes in the afterlife, where he learns that heaven is not a destination. It's a place where your life is explained to you by 5 people, some of whom you knew, others who may have been strangers. One by one, from childhood to soldier to old age, Eddie's 5 people revisit their connections to him on Earth, illuminating the mysteries of his meaningless life and revealing the haunting secret behind the eternal question, why was I here? So I'm not gonna lie, despite my feelings about Mitch Albom as a man, the premise of this book sounds good, okay? I'm not gonna lie. But let's see what the other pick is. All right, so I got my other pick, and it is it one I've already picked, or is it a new one? I don't know, let's see. It is Northern Lights by Philip Pullman. So this is one I have not picked before, and I have no clue what this book is about. The only thing I know from Philip Pullman is the Golden Compass, like, what is that series called? His Dark Materials, is that what it's called? Am I getting something confused? I don't know. Anyway, I read the Golden Compass a couple years ago. I listened to the audiobook, and the audiobook was actually pretty good because it was one of those ones where it had like all the sound effects and stuff in the background, and so it was cool, but ultimately I didn't want to continue the series, which was surprising to me because it seemed like the type of thing I would really like, and so many people love that series. But yeah, so that's all I really know about Philip Pullman, and I know nothing about Northern Lights, so I definitely gotta look it up. All right, so Northern Lights, oh, wait a minute. Is this related? Cause, okay, Northern Lights, it says that it's His Dark Materials #1. So what is the Golden Compass? Hold on, now I gotta look it up because I'm confused. The Golden Compass is also His Dark Materials #1. What? Okay, hold on a second here. Is it the same book with different titles? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, hold on. Let's just see what we got here. So this book, Northern Lights, aka His Dark Materials #1, was first published in 1995. And it's 399 pages, at least this edition. And it has a 4.06 rating. So, okay, not bad. Okay, so wait a second. Are you kidding me? Is this the same book? Hold on, I gotta look up the Golden Compass because I started kind of looking at the synopsis, and now I'm very confused right now. I'll read you the synopsis and then I'll try to figure it out. All right, so when Lyra's friend Roger disappears, she and her daemon Pantalaimon, I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, I don't remember how you pronounce it in the book, determined to find him. The ensuing quest leads them to the bleak splendor of the north, where armored bears rule the ice and witch queens fly through the frozen skies, and where a team of scientists is conducting experiments too horrible to be spoken about. Lyra overcomes these strange terrors only to find something yet more perilous waiting for her, something with consequences which may even reach beyond the Northern Lights. I swear this sounds like the Golden Compass. Is it the same book, you guys? Hold on, I gotta Google, I gotta do some research, hold on. Okay guys, Google has helped me out. And yes, in fact, the Golden Compass and Northern Lights are the same book. What? That is so interesting. So I've already read this book, you guys. What? Okay, so I'm gonna pull this out. We're done with this one. I get a free scratch off, woohoo. How did I not know this? When did they rename the Golden Compass to Northern Lights or vice versa? Okay, anyways, I gotta pick another book. Okay, so let's get another one going. That is so crazy. Okay. All right, here we go. So we have Midnight's Children by Salman Rushdie, and this is one that I just recently picked as well. So we have two books that I've already picked before, but again, I don't remember. I actually just picked this one this year, but I don't remember the synopsis, so let's look it up. All right, so Midnight's Children was first published in 1981, and it is 647 pages, so it's a longer one. And this one has, on Storygraph, a 3.86 rating. So basically, Five People You Meet in Heaven and this one have about the same rating, so interesting to note. And let's go ahead and read the synopsis. Born at the stroke of midnight at the precise moment of India's independence, Salim Sinai is destined from birth to be special, for he is one of 1,001 children born in the midnight hour, children who all have special gifts, children with whom Salim is telepathically linked. But there has been a terrible mix-up at birth, and Salim's life takes some unexpected twists and turns. As he grows up amidst a whirlwind of triumphs and disasters, Salim must learn the ominous consequences of his life, for the course of his life is inseparably linked to that of his motherland, and his every act is mirrored and magnified in the events that shape the newborn nation of India. It is a great gift and a terrible burden. So what I remember now about this is that the premise sounds pretty good. However, when I start scrolling through reviews, which is probably not a good idea, I remember this now. So many people said that it was very, very hard to get into and slow paced. And it's a long book and that it felt long. And so it kind of has a mixed reviews. Some people say, oh, it was worth it. Once you get into it, it's worth it. And then other people said, why did I waste my time, right? So this one, I don't think right now I feel like diving into a challenging book like that. Although the premise does sound interesting. So I can't believe I'm saying this. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I am going to put Midnight's Children back in the cup for the second time. Sorry, buddy. Maybe third time will be the charm for you. And I'm gonna go ahead and read Mitch Albom, The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. All right, so this one should be very easy to get. It's short. I'm sure I can even find the audiobook. If not, the library will have it, because like I said, the last time I picked this, I'm not giving Mitch Albom any of my money. Sorry, that's just not happening. I'll read your book for this project, but I'm not gonna buy it. So yeah, so once I get my hands on a copy of the book, I will read a few pages and let you guys know my initial thoughts. Hello friends, I am not feeling very good today. I have been in bed pretty much all day. And what time is it? It's like almost 5 o'clock, yeah. And I've been in bed all day. Not feeling good. I've been watching a lot of Schitt's Creek, which is my first time watching the show. And I like it, I'm on season 2. It took a couple episodes though to grab me. But yeah, it's the kind of the perfect show to watch when you're just laying in bed and not feeling good. So, but I've also been trying to read The 5 People You Meet in Heaven, which is, it's been hard today because when I don't feel good, I don't usually like to read because I can't focus because all I can think about is how I feel like crap, right? So, but I am at the halfway point in the book. So I wanted to give you guys my thoughts. I didn't do my little initial check-in that I normally do because this book is so short. I figured just a halfway point, 100 pages in, because it's a 200-page book, would be good. So at this point in the book, obviously we have met our main character Eddie, and he dies right in the first chapter. That's not a spoiler. Obviously the book is all about him dying and going to heaven and meeting these 5 people that are supposed to explain or give meaning to Eddie's life, because Eddie kind of feels like he was a nobody. He didn't really do anything great in his life. He was just a normal person. But these people are kind of showing him that his life did have meaning and that he was important. So at this point in the book, he has met 2 of those people, and I won't say who they were because I don't want to spoil things for people if you want to read this book. And that's kind of part of the driving force of the book, is who are the people that he's going to meet and what sort of impact are they going to have here in heaven in helping Eddie see the meaning of his life, right? So he has met 2 of those people. I will say the first person was someone from his childhood, and the second person was someone from his young adulthood. And each person, when they meet with him, they basically also give him some sort of lesson that he takes away from life. And I won't say what those lessons are either, because again, it's kind of the driving force of the book, so I don't want to just tell you everything. But they are pretty important messages, messages that obviously when you think about death or you think about your life, they're pretty important messages that I think are touched on well in here. And the writing isn't bad. It's very straightforward, which is nice because I don't feel like reading anything super heavy right now, like in terms of like prose. This is very straightforward. It's coming off a little bit Hallmark movie, I'm not gonna lie, but I like it. I like it, so I really don't have any complaints. I think it's going well. I like the way it's structured because every person he meets a person, he kind of figures out, because some of them he doesn't know who they are, and he meets with them, talks with them, learns a lesson, and then kind of interspersed you are seeing various birthdays from Eddie's life, because on the day he died he was 83 years old. So you kind of see these interspersed different birthdays that he had throughout his life, and I like that part. And I also like every so often you're also getting a glimpse into the present day, like what's happened post Eddie's death. How are the people that are still alive and stuff and knew him, how are they handling his passing? So I like that too. I think that's a nice like mix of everything. So overall, yeah, I don't really have any complaints. I'm going to probably remain in bed for the rest of the day, continue to watch Schitt's Creek, try to read some more of this book, maybe eat some soup, just kind of chill. So hopefully the next time I check in, it will be because I finished this book, and hopefully I will be also feeling better by then. Alright, so I have completed The 5 People You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom. And this one I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 4-star rating, which I'm probably more surprised by than you are. Given that, like I said, I went into this not really sure if it was gonna be for me, given my feelings about the author. But I have to admit that Mitch wrote a good story here. I think going into this, and even if you haven't read this book or you don't plan on reading this book, you can kind of gather what the themes are going to be by the end, because you're talking about death, and you're talking about somebody who his entire life has thought like, my life is so meaningless, I made no impact on this earth, I was just this amusement park mechanic and I was a nobody. And obviously this book, the big theme is that you touch more lives than you realize, you have more of an impact than you realize. And we saw this with Eddie's story, because some of the people that he meets, some of his 5 people that he meets when he goes to heaven are people he didn't even know, but had an impact. He had an impact on their life. So it just kind of goes to show. The other thing I had to kind of note about this, especially, I think it was the 3rd person that Eddie meets, I was starting to get vibes of like It's a Wonderful Life, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. Not just Christmas movies, like all-time favorite movies, which is a film about a man who is about to end his life because he feels like the world would be better off without him, right? And that's kind of how Eddie feels. Obviously, Eddie didn't die by suicide in this book, but he definitely felt like he didn't matter. And it was sort of touching to see in this book that even somebody like Eddie, right, does matter and does have an import in this world. And so I think I liked those themes too because like I said, I kind of tied it to It's a Wonderful Life, which is a fantastic movie. Did this feel a little bit Hallmark movie? Yeah. Was it a little bit, I don't know, sweet and gushy and sentimental and stuff? Yeah. But it was also really good. And there were definitely some parts in here that were sad. Things about Eddie's past that you slowly sort of learn as the book progresses. So it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, but it did have a really great ending. It had great themes. I liked it. What can I say? I enjoyed it. So yes, I'm giving this 4 stars and I would recommend it. It's a quick read. It packs a lot into these little 196 pages. So if you're looking for a quick read, I say check it out. All right, so that is gonna do it for this episode of my 100 Epic Reads project. I hope to be back I hope to do 1, maybe 2 more of these before the end of the year. So like I said in the intro, some of the picks are starting to make me a little nervous because there are some big ones on there, like The Count of Monte Cristo is on there. That's a big book. There's some other ones that are just, I'm not sure about. And then of course there's ones like what happened in this vlog where there's some that I've picked previously and put back that like eventually that's gonna come back to me and I'm gonna have to start reading the ones I've already picked. So yeah, I'm excited to see what is gonna come next. I'm happy that I got a book higher than a 3-star. Maybe next time, the next one will be a 5, let's hope, right? So yeah, if you have read The 5 People You Meet in Heaven, I would love to know what you thought about it. And I guess that's it. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week and I will talk with you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.